let us continue our discussion about the use of MATLAB as a calculator. And in this video, we will use the MATLAB as a logical calculator. So basically, we'll use the logical operations. You notice that in the workspace, I have two variables, A and B, assigned the values of 5 and 4 respectively. So if I want to check if the variable a value is equal to the value stored in variable b, and I use a logical operation. For example, I can test this with two equal to signs. The two equal to signs is kind of a conditional statement. So if I did this, you would notice the result is 0, which means that it's a false value. So that condition is false. Basically, a is not equal to b. If I test this with this tilde, which basically means that a is not equal to b, and you can see the answer is 1 in that case. There are other logical conditions that can also be used. For example, I could check for if a is greater than b. The answer is 1, so the logical answer 1 means it's a true, a 0 means it's a false. If I say a is less than b, so again you could see that it's a 0. You can use the logical operations to verify the contents of different variables. Okay, so let's take a look at this command clc, and clc is used to clean the command window. If you want to erase the contents of the workspace, you could also use a different command which is called clear all, and all the contents would be erased. And then okay, let me introduce the concept of array. So array is a combination of various data elements stored in under the same variables. For example, if I want to store data elements 1, 5 and 7 in variable a. Now a is an array which contains these different data elements. Now similarly, I will create another array b which will contain another set of data elements. And as you could see, the two arrays have been created in the workspace. So if I want to compare the contents of the two arrays a and b, I could do it in the same way. For example, I could assign the result to a different variable also. So I could say c equal to, and then I can place a condition here where I will check a equal to b. And if this condition is true, the c will be containing the results accordingly. So in this case, you could see c is containing 0, 1 and 0, which means the first element of the two arrays is not equal, the second element is, and similarly the third one is not. In the same way, you could create a different array d and compare the arrays a and b, and you get the result because the value of a is less than b for the first element. In the second case it's not true, third element it is true. And I'll just, for the sake of completion, I'll create a third array to show me these results. So none of the elements of a is greater than b, so therefore you get a logical 0 for all these three cases.